How are you feeling ahead of the competition for this year?
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be fun that it's all on one weekend. I think that puts a lot more pressure on each game, and I think that's actually makes everything a bit more fun. I think if you're playing at the Fly, who doesn't love a little bit of pressure? So I think it's going to be good. And personally, I'm just really excited to do it again. I think last year was so much fun. So to get the chance to do it again is even better, because I know that there's a few adaptations that's gone on and new teams as well. So I think it'll be good.
How did you find being a part of that first year, that the first people to start playing those proper competitive, serious matches?
It was cool. I really loved that I was involved in the first one, and to see something completely new that I don't think any of us knew as players what it was going to be like in some senses. I mean, I think something that we all came away from was this massive thing of where it felt really professional. And I think that's something that maybe a lot of us, even though a lot of us were in the senior squad, we were like, actually, that was really fun to have a weekend of lacrosse where everything was there, everything was kind of sorted. It felt, the commentary and the kind of live stream as well, that was I think that's always really fun, that when it's recorded and stuff. So
yeah. Did you feel as well, like say going to sixes and the sort of smaller squads, it almost condenses all the talent, but it looked like the sort of standard of play was really high. It was really intense. You were getting really great competition.
Yeah, no, it was huge. Like the fact that there was, I think it was like squad sizes of like 12 last year. And I remember everyone looking at the teams beforehand being like, well, that's team stacked and that's team stacked and that team. So it was really cool. And then to actually play in those games, you could see that every team, just like the talent that was across all of them. And it was fun because you were playing with different people, but some people you had played with before. So it was kind of fun to forge some newer kind of partnerships and play with different people that I maybe played against loads. So that was really cool actually last year.
And looking ahead to sort of this year, you've got again a few England teammates and some club teammates on your squad. How are you looking forward to getting together with the players that you've got this year?
I'm really excited. I think I've played with quite a few of them, maybe just, like you said, different places, like Jane from Blues. That's really cool to play with her actually in a sixes format. Played with Julie Wise probably since we were about 16, to be quite honest, just through all of the England setup. So that's super fun. And then I've got some Nottingham girls as well, so like Dylan and Goal. I'm so excited to play with them again. And I think it's just going to be so much fun to know the people I'm with as well, and to the people that I don't know as well. Like, it's going to be so much fun just to see what we can put out there as a team.
It looks like you say like a really strong team. You've got some great players and some players who sixes is probably, a really good format for them as well. Like, someone like Dylan, where a goalkeeper is really important and she's a really up and coming star, and Julie, who was great in the first year of it as well. It looks like a really good team.
Yeah, I think the experience across the board, like I think, Julie went out to Portugal with GB sixes, and Dylan went with the England under 23s, and you can just see that they are like, especially Dylan, I can just see that she's going to be so good at it. And like you said, the goalies, it definitely made a huge difference last year. So, and I've played with Dylan so much before. She comes across very like cool, calm and collected, which actually in sixes, when it's manic, that's what you need from the back really. And it starts everything off on a good foot if you've got someone like that at the back.
How do you feel sixes is suited to your game as well? Do you feel like it's a game that's naturally plays to your strengths? Is it something that you enjoy?
Yeah, I love it. I think I'm an out and out true two-way midi now, which I think 5 years ago I probably wouldn't have said as a straight attacker beforehand. But now I'd say it. I love the fact that it's end to end. I can make a shot, or I can come up with a feed or anything like that, and then straight away I want to go and do the next thing, make the next impact. And it's fun from my kind of mindset point of view. I think I'm always looking to the next thing, or what else can I do. So from a mindset point of view, not just even like skill set, it really suits that side of my game, I think, as well.
Yeah, like say that, like particularly in the sixes, like if you're on the pitch, you are never out of the game, and even if you're on the side, you're almost never out of the game. So you're kind of on all the time. You get so much opportunity to, like you say, be involved and get in there.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I think as well, because I I like to kind of work in with a team. That's kind of where and I think that's why me and Julie work so well together, is because we do look for each other and we look for our teammates. How do I get them in the right position? And I think Sixes is that chance to, I think some people thought it was going to be super individual, and actually it's like actually watching more of the higher level stuff, the US, the Canada games and stuff a while ago, you could actually see the ones that worked together. That was when those kind of like highlight reel goals and highlight reel plays came in, was when they were playing together. So I think that's going to be really cool to watch out for this year.
And for this year, you've been selected to captain the team as well. Do you feel a little bit of added responsibility, or is it a nice thing? Is it something that you're looking forward to?
I think it's a massive compliment that my teammates trust me to captain. I think it's going to be really fun, and I think for me, captaining is more about just lead by example, not necessarily being the loudest on the pitch. It's just showing everyone what you expect from yourself is going to be what you expect from your teammates, I think. And I'm excited because I know a lot of them, and I know that they're all the sort of hard workers, and I know that they're going to put in a shift and will hopefully come out with some good results and good performances.
Have you had captaincy experience before? Have you been captain at other places and games throughout your career?
Yeah, I captained at Nottingham for one of my years there. That was pretty cool. I think that was the year that COVID sort of just crept in. So we played our semi-final, unfortunately lost them golden goal, and then the season got cut short, which in some ways was an interesting one to get your head around. And I think from a team perspective, it was interesting as a captain to kind of talk to people about it and like looking back at it. And then I've captained England under 23s, and myself and Julie are actually captaining this weekend for the England select team at Dresden. So a bit of a partnership already going on there. So hopefully I get a bit of practice at Sixes captaining. So
how was that time at Nottingham? Because it seemed toward, that program is something that really grew, and it's, getting better, and the standard that you get there now is an incredible level to play at. What was it like, to still be able to go off to university, study, but get like a really high level lacrosse experience as well?
It was unbelievable. I think I'm one of the few people that I think has changed university. So I was at Birmingham originally, went to Nottingham, and the amount of support I got from Nottingham was unbelievable. Like, I don't think I'd be the player I am today without the support that they gave me, and like the facilities, the coaching. Like, we had different coaches each year, but each one of them gave me something slightly different and helped me grow as a player each year and kind of gave me what I needed. And I think the players that are attracted to Nottingham, like, speaks volumes about how they've now gone on to win a national championship. I kept on saying to Mike Armstrong that I definitely left a year too soon, but I also felt, I went up and watched the final, and I was so proud of them. Like, that is a testament, I think, to the years that have come before them and the fact that we've grown as a team. And I think the performance ethos is really impressive, that everyone is there to achieve the same thing, and it's a really cool feeling to be at in that sort of team and squad.
Yeah, and as say, a load of those girls from that team that won now are playing at the Fly in the summer, and it just shows that they've, that having those opportunities to play at different levels at at club, university, school, national squads, like, the more we can grow those essentially chances to play, that it'll only make the standards better and give people more opportunity.
Yeah, like, I think that was the main thing I kept out of Nottingham, was every opportunity I had to play, I was going to play it, because that's another opportunity to get better, another opportunity to just expose yourself to different game scenarios, different kind of everything. And I think that's something that Mike's definitely taken on board. Like, England now go up there, and we play Nottingham now as a university side in our October weekend, and it's a good fixture. It's a really good game, and that's something that, as a university team, to say you can play the national team every year, like, that's a pretty cool opportunity to have and to learn from.
And so you've had quite a good few firsts with your England team over the last year or so. Getting first senior caps in, getting first senior goals. How was that as a general experience?
Yeah, it's been a little bit, it's been quite overwhelming actually this year. Suddenly, it's all accelerated. I think I've been in my mind, I felt like I was waiting in the wings for ages, like ready for my turn. And then suddenly they've all come at once. And I think the first senior tour, getting my cap, getting a goal, and then coming back home and then coming up into the A's for home internationals, that was like an unexpected kind of stepping in at the last minute for one of the other midfielders who was unfortunately injured. Like it was a great opportunity again to just make the most of the fact that I was there and the fact that I could just get another few caps under my name and to actually just play with those kind of players that are off to the World Cup this summer. It's always a good opportunity for me, and I'm still always that happy to do that sort of thing, and always kind of thrilled at the idea of being able to do it again, sort of thing.
And then in the sixes, I think, did you play at the home nation sixes? So the first international event for England sixes. Again, that must have been a great feeling to be the first people to play it internationally for England.
Yeah, no, that was amazing to actually go up there, and it was an incredible kind of feeling to feel like you were making history almost. And I think I remember the first goal going in, and we all sort of, it almost took a couple of seconds and we forgot we were playing sixes because we were just so happy that we were the first ones to score. We were the first ones to do this in this tournament. And then we're, oh God, okay, yeah, back. And had to kind of remember that we were in sixes. But it was a really fun tournament and nice to get a bit of sixes international experience, which was always fun.
And then say you're getting some more this weekend over in Germany, Dresden. I think again, you've got 3 games, is it, across that point, or maybe 4, depending on how things go. So again, looking forward to that sort of weekend environment with lots of games and being able to play again with some great girls that will be at the Fly again.
Yeah, I think this weekend's going to be really exciting. Yeah, 3 games, pool games against Czechs, Germany, Poland, and then hopefully on to either a final, ideally. And I think, yeah, like you said, lots of the girls that are there are playing in the Fly, so not all of us are on the same team. So I think that'll be interesting with some of the chat going on with the Fly coming up in 2 weeks. But I think it'll be a really good opportunity to just refresh ourselves on sixes, because I personally haven't played it for a little bit, so it'll be good to actually, and to play a good standard as well. Like the Czechs are super fast, super fit, really quite skillful. So I think that's going to be a really cool game actually tomorrow evening that we've got lined up for us.
Do you find that you know, trying to move between the formats, it takes a little bit of time just to get your brain back into the gear of one or the other or whatever you're trying to get on, and then once you get on it, you can feel yourself click again? Yeah,
it definitely is a kind of a mindset shift and adjustment. And even physically, I'd say sixes, the first 3-4 minutes that you play in a sixes game, you can't breathe. Like, and then tennis side, I think sometimes it's not that you can't, like, I don't know, it's slightly different. Like you've got time to think, whereas sixes, it is just go, and there's no step, breathe out or anything like that, which you can do in tens. Like the shot clock doesn't really allow that one for you. So you do have to just go all guns blazing from the start, which is, yeah, mindset shift, definitely.
Yeah, it feels like I sort of remember a few of the games. I think, you know, the first 5-10 minutes were just insane, the way that people were just motoring. And then I think maybe towards the sort of the end quarters, people realised, right, okay, we can probably, you know, play in a different way, whereas those first few minutes are just insane, the way that everybody, you know, the energy's just all over the place.
Yeah, it's definitely everyone trying to put their own stamp on it from that get-go, and you want to be the team that comes out firing. So I think that's always, you always want to come out quick, but then you always, like you said, just by the end of the first quarter, just need to take a second and just remember that 30 seconds actually is a longer time than we think it is, and we can kind of breathe a little bit at that point. But yeah. So
finally, what are you most looking forward to about this weekend? What's, you know, for the Fly coming up? What's your sort of big thing that you want to get out of the weekend?
I think I want the opportunity, or want to use it as an opportunity for us to grow the sport a little bit, if we can make it more accessible. I know that a lot of my friends and family who maybe aren't huge lacrosse fans, you know, they're really looking forward to seeing all the promo about it and seeing kind of videos and commentary and that side of things again. And I think as a player, I want to use the opportunity to grow a little bit more, have that more experience, and just be able to work in with other people. It's kind of a new challenge to kind of go under again, and in a captaincy role just adds another little bit of a different spin on it, I think, for me. So I think to develop as a player, but also have fun with it and enjoy it for what it is, which is a high level weekend of lacrosse, which is always, you know, a great opportunity to get better.